Hey guys, gals, cyborgs, mages, and of course your rocks. Welcome to my channel. I have been thinking yesterday, been contemplating, meditating to this, and today I was at church and I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna wait. Oh, you'll be hearing some sounds around the house. Like I said, if you guys are not aware, the walls are very thin here, but I don't think you guys care. I think you can hear me well enough. I'm not gonna wait for a month until I upload my next video. I think it's gonna be all right. I'm just gonna focus more on vlogs. Starting, I'm gonna make a playlist. It's called Jib Jab with Greg. I used to make a couple of episodes when I was in my younger 20s. It used to be called Jib Jab with Greg. I only made like 2 or 3 of them, and I didn't went further with it. However, now when I don't know, I'm just going with my intuition here. My intuition is telling me to do this. So I'll be adding like numbers, like I'll add the title of whatever the theme of this video is all about, and then #1, and then the next video will be number 2, number 3, and I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna make a whole playlist of it, and that's where my focus is at, because my focus is staying present, being aware of my thoughts and my feelings 24/7. And there's always something for me to share, some aha moments or things that I want to talk about, and I want to make a video of it. I want to keep myself busy, and I think it's a good thing. And I'm also going to be drinking water because I finished with a jog, so my mouth is really dry. I'm kind of dehydrated, so if you guys don't mind that. So yeah, the reason why I think about 6 or 7 days ago I wanted to stop, I was just being extra cautious. I just survived. Almost being homeless, homeless, going through that stressful situation. I private all those videos of that period. It was like 11, 12 day period where I thought I was going to be homeless, or I was like trying to figure out what to do because the landlord kicked me out, was going to kick me out. Things have shifted for the better. So I private all those videos. I just want to forget that chapter. I was a little unhinged, a little bit, from the stress. I sometimes slip slightly into psychosis. I get a little bit delusional. I'm someone who struggles with mental health from time to time, and I have to stay balanced. And then I thought on that video, the video is called Goodbye. I thought the wise decision would to be take a break from YouTube for about a month or up to 3 months. However, things are falling into place in my life. Man, I have a lot to share, and I don't know where to begin in this video. It could be that I won't share all of it. I'll share it in my next video. It feels like my whole life, like ever since I left home when I was 20, everything has come to a full circle. And like it's supposed to be like this or something. It's like, anyway, I digress. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna make a playlist called Jib Jab with Greg, and I'll just be making episodes, and like once every few days, maybe every day. I'm gonna go with the flow with this. Now, hear me out. When I left home, I was 20 years old. I was like, I had a room like a little bit smaller than this, and it was in Antwerp. And drink water again. My mouth is dry. I had a job. It was a janitor job, and everything was peaceful. I had no screens, no internet, anything in my room. Across the street was an internet cafe, just right across the street. And I would go there, and it's €1 per hour, and I would just watch YouTube videos. Mainly at the time, that's when you had like a lot of full episodes, anime episodes of Naruto, and I was watching Naruto at the time. Naruto Shippuden at that time. And I would go back to my room and I don't know how, I don't remember much, but I managed to just be present with my thoughts and feelings. and I had a stable job as a janitor. It was very therapeutic because when I start cleaning, I get more like, ooh, this is interesting, right? And I was only 20 years old. Now it was like that for about 3 months, and also I used to go to the church every Sunday, and there were people there that used to live in that city in Antwerp that I would see every Sunday at church. Now, long story short, let's say I enter the maze of amazement, let's say. And I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'll explain, like, well, maybe a little bit in this video, like, what do you mean by that? But now I'm 39 and a half. I have a stable job as a janitor. Everything's, sorted out. And I go to church every Sunday, and it's the same people that I have a close connection with. They live in this city, in Ghent. And I see them every Sunday. It's like a whole full circle. And I used to rewatch this battle. Wait. When I was 20 years old in the internet cafe, my very favorite battle I loved to watch was the battle between Gera of the Desert and Kimi Maro. Kimi Maro is the enemy with a bunch of bones all over his body, and Gera is the one who controls sand. And I kept on watching that battle pretty often every day, and then I'll continue watching Naruto Shippuden like on this next episode. Usually it's like one every week or so, but I would like to rewatch that battle. And naturally, when I was going through so much stress, right? If you guys, for those who are up to date with it, like I thought I was gonna get kicked out of the house, and there's a lot of drama with me and the housemate. And on my slowed and reverb video, my recent one, it's like a mix. I just went with the flow with it. It was first of the year Equinox from Skrillex. I made that a slowed and reverb version, and I added the battle of Gera versus Kimi Maro. And I wasn't thinking about that's the same battle I used to watch all the time when I was in my 20s. And it was my very favorite battle of all time. Like I love that battle for several reasons. And now that it's over, by the way, when I uploaded a slowed and reverb video of that with that battle, the next day, that's when I got the news that I was not gonna get kicked out of the house. And the housemate's gonna move out, and everything started to settle in. Everything started to become more simpler, less stress, and it just feels like that's like a whole circle in my life. Now, everyone has a very different journey, but it made me understood my journey. I just feel like that was a whole chapter of my life, like from the age of 20 and a half till 39 and a half, so 19 years. And now I'm in this new chapter, and I feel it. I feel it in my bones, like, and I sense it in my intuition. This is a whole new chapter, and it just feels like it's supposed to happen or something. During that time between the age of 20 and 19, I was like entering the maze of amazement, I would like to call it, and that's when like I moved from Antwerp, and that's when my journey became very interesting, very chaotic, but also amazing. And that's when I was exploring and developing all sorts of skill sets. I was into electronic music and also into DJ, and then I had a phase where I was making a lot of a specific style of comedy skits, and I went to that direction, and then I did, it's like, and some part of me, sorry, more water, and my mouth is still dry. It's because I'm talking about this with passion. I think this is very important for me to talk about it. My mouth gets dry about it because I'm not nervous, like, I don't know. But that's like my journey. Everyone's journey is different. Now I feel like I also naturally I go more to church like I used to when I was in my 20s, where afterwards, not so often. Sometimes I don't go to church for a year or so, or 6 months. I never really felt like I wanted to go, but lately, like that's during the time when things were stressful as well, where I thought I was going to get kicked out. I was going to church more often, seeing the same people that I used to see in another city in Belgium. They just happened to move near the city where I live now, in this city, right? Like it just feels like everything is just happening like how it's supposed to be, and I've learned so much, and that's why I feel I'm going with my instincts here. Like, I think in this chapter in my new chapter, I didn't know what to do with it. I was kind of like resting. That's why I said I want to take a break for 3 months. I feel like, no, I think it's all right. I'm going to just naturally feel like I'm going to go practice presence, practice with meditation, share whatever comes to my mind or in my feelings, and then make a video about it. I'm starting right now on this one. This is the first episode of Jib Jab with Greg, and yeah, this is my new chapter. This is what I'm gonna do. And as far as the comment section, I will get to them whenever I upload my next video. I don't want to constantly log into my YouTube channel so often. I want to try to avoid social medias, like only whenever I want to upload a new video. And if you guys have questions, I'll answer them on my next video. You know what I mean? I want to spend less screen time like I did in Antwerp when I was 20 years old, and I was really in my I was in my present mode. Also, I'm honoring my belief system. I was born and raised Christian. I think I made a video about this months back, where, if you're born and raised Jewish and you feel that you're a Jewish and that's the religion you should follow, then you should honor that. Or maybe you're more progressive Jewish. I somehow, with my life, whenever I go to church every Sunday and start praising God and just really believe in Jesus Christ, things just go well in my life. It's like, maybe it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, like on a subconscious level. I'm honoring something that I was raised with. There could be a whole psychological explanation, but I've been doing that. And it's like, to me, like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm going to church every Sunday, and whenever I was going through a stressful period where I thought I was going to get kicked out, on a subconscious level, me naturally making the right moves, saying the right things, where maybe like the way I argue with my housemate that night and made the housemates defend me and stand up for me and convince the landlord for me to stay, or something like that. It could be a whole psychological, scientific explanation, but I'm going to continue honoring my belief system. I'm just going to remain Christian, while also still be, I still believe in evolution. I don't believe those stories in the Bible are true. However, it still contains wisdom. And I'm just going to honor where I come from. And for someone else, it could be different. Maybe they're born and raised Christian, but they feel naturally more progressive with a mix of New Age. Go ahead, and that's who you are. That's your path. I'm not here to tell you what's the right path, what's the right belief system. And I was doing that at Antwerp, where I was going to church every Sunday, honoring my belief system, and things went well until I entered the maze of amazement. And yeah. Do I regret? Do I regret entering the maze of amazement? I'll explain more in the detail. Like, I'm going to share all my experiences I had ever since I started my maze of amazement journey. No, I don't regret it. I had to go through all that to find myself again. I left home at 20, didn't know who I was. I was being who I was, though. I was on the right path. And then I went off my path and entered the maze of amazement. And now I came out of it with a lot of experience, knowledge, and wisdom. And it makes me, it's so interesting. That's how it's like for me, though. Again, everyone's fucking different, and I'm baffled. And yeah, so this is the first video of Jib Jab with Greg. Yeah, I'm gonna be making a lot of those. I'm gonna focus on that until I feel, hey, my next chapter. Who knows? Maybe this new chapter will be only for a while, and maybe I'll make some other new style of videos. But at the moment, it's this. It just feels right. And I'm going to slowly manifest myself into starting a podcast, right? I think that's where this new chapter is leading. And I'm going to talk to other people. Like, we're sitting together on the couch with microphones and have conversations. However, this is how I needed to start. I need to start with this. This may take a couple of years. I'm good with that. I'm going to take my time. I'm now in the maze of presence, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I'm out of the maze of amazement. So, all right, guys. Peace out. Keep rocking. And live long and prosper. To lose.